Hello my dear children, welcome back to another session of computer programming. As we said the previous class, the principles of object-oriented programming, polymorphism. I hope everyone can understand. So we can go for the next principles of object-oriented programming, that is called as encapsulation, isn't it? So this encapsulation, the meaning of encapsulation means a capsule. So what is the speciality of capsule? The tablets and capsules we are saying. So in the hospital we are getting tablets and capsule. So what is the difference between capsule and tablets? What is the difference between? So tablet means directly accessible, isn't it? That is tablet. Capsule means it's just a cover. When you open that capsule, we can see inside the medical, that is medicine, composition of medicines and their particles, isn't it? So that is some kinds of particles will be there, that will be safely keep inside the cover and they will close it. That's why it's called as capsule, isn't it? So the concept of encapsulation will be exactly the same, isn't it? Then how we can relate it to this capsule concept and encapsule? So here I have written on the board. So this is a capsule outside cover. So this outside cover is a security purpose only we are using. Inside that the original medicines will be there, composition of medicine and their particles will be there. That will be keeping inside the outer cover and keep close it, isn't it? Then we can come back to the encapsulation concept. So encapsulation is the mechanism of data to keep the data safely, or wrapping the data or information or codes or function, isn't it? So that concept is known as encapsulation. So once again, encapsulation is a mechanism of wrapping the text or wrapping the content or wrapping the functions or wrapping the programming code together or binding together. So that is called as encapsulation, isn't it? Then how it will be? So why we are using this encapsulation concept in the programming language? Because this will keep the data or function safe to access the unauthorized users or anonymous users or outside interference or misuse. So directly nobody can access our data because it will be safely they are kept in a particular place. It's wrapped together, isn't it? So this concept is known as encapsulation. So we can go for the real world example. How the encapsulation will be working, we can see. The best example for we already know, before starting the academic year, every student will be purchase the new textbook or notebooks, isn't it? So after purchasing or after getting the textbook or notebook, the first step, what will you do for that? First we need to wrap the textbook, isn't it? With the help of plastic wrappers will be there, brown sharpers will be there. So that is according to your convenience, we are wrapping the textbook or we are wrapping the classworks or notebooks. For what purpose? For what purpose we are wrapping the text? Because at least 6 months or 7 months the book should be keep safe. That means unwanted damage, to keep safe from the unwanted damages, we are wrapping the textbook or notebook. For that purpose only we are wrapping the, that means covering the textbook. That is one example. Another example, if you wanted to go somewhere, we need to 2-3 days trip you planned. So you are ready to go out. Then before that we are packing our things. For what purpose we are packing? You can directly get in hand and you can go. It's possible. But we are packing properly. The different things we are keeping in a different place in the luggage bag or whatever it is. For what purpose? Unwanted interference or misuse we need to avoid it. For that purpose only one strong outer cover we are providing, isn't it? So this concept is known as encapsulation. Keeping the things, that is a group of data or group of input data or group of output details or whatsoever, that should be keep it in inside one frame. isn't it? So this frame is known as the encapsulation. The uses, so why we are using the encapsulation concept in the programming language, should not access unauthorized users directly the data. That means a complete security we need to give to the data and informations. For that purpose only we are giving the security. So through encapsulation we are providing the security, wrapping the whole content. What are the contents we are using in the programming language, that should be wrap it or bind it together. Whenever we need, only the authorized person or authorized user can access it. That means using by username or password or some kind of security codes we are providing. With the help of the security codes, we can access the data. Up to that, it will be locked, isn't it? So safe lockers will be there in the bank. Why we are using the safe lockers? Some assets or some precious things we kept inside, that is, the key is with us only. That's if anybody can access means we don't need to give the safe locker. Only who is having the key and the locker code, only those person can access. That is a type of security. That means the content or our things should be covered properly and kept it in a safest place. That concept is known as encapsulation, isn't it? Then another example will be our house or our shelves. So whenever we are going outside, we are locking our house, isn't it? So many hacking way will be there to access inside, but direct way is not possible, because the owner of the house will be locked the house and he went outside. When he will come back only, we can get inside, because the key will be with him only, so that we can access. So this is called as encapsulation or encapsulating the data. So this same concept we are adopting and we are applying to the Java programming language or object-oriented programming language for the purpose of security of the data, isn't it? So once again I will repeat it. Encapsulation, it's a principle of object-oriented programming. It defines, it is a mechanism of wrapping the content or wrapping the functions or wrapping the data or bind together. This will be it keeps safe the data from the outside interference and misuse. That means no one can misuse our data. Only authorized users can access. Another simple example we can easily understand. If many students, you are having computer, you are at home, in your home, and laptops in your home. Or another example, that is everyone, that is always when we are using the computer or personal computer, you should be logging, isn't it? Some computers they are providing for public, directly we can access it. That means in our school computer lab, all the systems will be providing for the students. Directly they can access. That means when you switch on or when you give the power to the system, automatically we will get the desktop. That we can make it secure by using the username and password. So once if you set the username and password, directly you are not able to access the computer. Should give the username and password. That is kind of encapsulation. That is a type of security. And another example will be smartphone, mobile phone. Now everyone is using smartphone, isn't it? Then smartphone, always we are giving the locking option, or locking pattern will be there, or locking keywords will be there, or secret codes we are using. So if unauthorized person, if they are trying to access our mobile, definitely not possible, because they have to give or face interaction or fingerprint or any keys or pattern or something else they have to give. If they don't know, the mobile is useless. So that is a type of data security, isn't it? So another example will be ATM. Why we are using ATM? That is a transfer the money or debiting the money from the easiest way. So can anybody access the ATM? No, it's definitely not possible. Those who are having the ATM card or account, only those person can access the ATM. They are having their own, one particular card will be there, and also one pin number will be there. That pin number will be very secret number. That secret pin number we will not give. Definitely we won't give to others because that is our personal number. For our transaction only we are using this pin number, isn't it? So this is a type of another type of encapsulation. That means covering or wrapping the entire data in one particular frame. That is called as encapsulation. So the entire Java programming, sometimes we need to group some kind of variables. That means all variables we can give to the public. So some kind of or special variables only some special group of function can access. So that is called so that kind of provisions if we wanted to give, we are depending on the encapsulation, isn't it? So this is known as encapsulation in the object oriented programming language. Did you understand? So once again I am repeated, encapsulation, it's a concept of object oriented programming language. Widely we are using the object oriented programming. So the concept of object oriented will be completely related to encapsulation and other concept too, but encapsulation they are using the entire concept. Sometimes we need to give the, because the security purpose only we are using the encapsulation concept, because the entire programming we need to give security. For that we are using, isn't it? So encapsulation is nothing but it's a mechanism of bind the given source code. Source code means a programming statement or group of statement or group of functions or whatever it is, but we are giving to the computer. So that should be bind it together and keep it in a one frame. That is called as encapsulation. Understood? So the next will be there are two concepts. The two concepts they are providing. The encapsulation we can, when we are using the encapsulation, two major benefits will be there. Why we are using the encapsulation? So the two benefits are, the first one is modularity, second one is information hiding. Two major concepts we are using in the encapsulation. The first concept will be modularity, second concept will be information hiding, isn't it? So modularity, first one by one we can see. Because of this only widely the encapsulation will be using in the programming language, isn't it? So the first concept will be modularity. So modularity or modularization, it is a concept of programming language. Then what do you mean by module? So module means one single part, isn't it? That means sometimes whenever we are doing the programming or one system or one manual work, if you are going to convert to computerized format, so many things, many informations we have to gather it and combine it together. So directly it is not possible, that we have to make it short. So the first or second class, I think so, I explained our school annual day function. So school annual day function we can consider as a program. Okay, then what are the programs we are giving to the annual day? So that each program group is known as a module, isn't it? So class-wise programs if you are giving means first standard they are giving one program, second standard they are giving one program, third then up to 10th standard. So 10 classes they are giving 10 different types of program. Then these 10 programs we are not practicing together. It's an individual group of students. This individual group of students practicing individually their group. Then some in charges will be there, they are giving the practice. After completion of individual practicing, whenever the annual day, this whole program should be binding together or combined together, we are presenting, isn't it? So this concept is known as a modularization or module. So module means one entire program, such a big program. One small part of a program is known as a module. That means a big program will be divided into sub-program, sub-programs further divided into another subsection and so on. It will be continued. Okay, based on our convenience, it will be continued. So this concept is known as a modularization or module. Okay, so by using the modularization or modularity concept, we can easily write the program. and repetition of statement or repetition of codes will be avoided by using of encapsulation or modular concept. So sometimes the same statement or same command we are repeating more than one time. So by using this concept we can avoid the repetition. And data redundancy. So data redundancy means it is a while repeating the code sometimes error may come or sometimes mistakes may come. So if data redundancy will be there, that is unable to recover it. Sometimes we can recover it, we can find it, but time consuming process. So by using this concept we can less error we can make. That is, we are not making error, automatically the error will come. That is a logical error. If the error will be there, that is a very less only. The volume of error will be very less only. Because of less error, we can correct easily. That is because of the modular concept, isn't it? So the next concept will be information hiding. So information hiding means some kind of important data we need to hide it. To hide the information. So the previous example, that is exactly abstraction. The first principles of object oriented programming will be abstraction. In the abstraction we are using the data hiding option or information hiding option. So what do you mean by data hiding or information hiding? Without showing the internal details we are accessing. That is called as. For example, computer we are using. The best example will be computer only. So when you are using the computer, you are switch on the switch. While switch on, the power will come to the system unit. After come to the power, you are just to switch on the computer. After switching on the computer, what are the things you need to work in the computer, that will be displayed on the desktop. Okay. Then afterwards, one by one application you are accessing. While accessing the application, how the application will be working, we are not bothered about that is. What we need, if you wanted to paint or use drawing, you just open the paint application, drawing something, putting color and saving. So this all we already know, that is external part. So while drawing, who help you to draw it? When you are selecting the pencil, who tells the user will be selecting pencil? Or when you put the color in the object, who tells the computer to put this color? So this is all will be internal part only. This internal working, they are not shown, they never shows the internal working. Only when we are accessing, the relevant part will be working, that is external. This is called as information hiding. So moreover, we can tell information hiding means just we are using the external part. So internally so many things will be executing or so many things will be working. So that they never shows how it will be. So that is called as information hiding, isn't it? So the another easiest example for information hiding will be when we are coming to pay the fees in the school. We are coming, we already know each semester this much fees you should be paid to the school. So after going to the fees counter, we are giving to the fees. Okay, after giving the amount, what is happening inside that we don't know. So there are many processing they are doing inside, that is who are handling the fees collection counter, who is there, many processing will be there. They are counting and which semester they are checking whether the student will be completed or not, balance will be there or not. Many things will be happening internally. So that never shows to the student or the customer who is outside. They are only getting the receipt and just information. So this is a type of information hiding. So moreover, we can tell information hiding means the most important part of the data will be completely hide. What are the things you need, only that should be displayed through the output section or displayed to the outside. So this concept is known as a information hiding. So these are the two major concepts of encapsulation. So we can go for one review. Encapsulation, it is the one of the major principles of object oriented programming. So while doing the Java programming, the entire programming we can use this concept. So sometimes we know it or may not be, we can, based on our convenient we are using the encapsulation concept. The encapsulation is a mechanism of bind the data or wrap the data and functions or methods or informations together. This will keep the data safely from accessing the outside users or accessing the outside interference or misuse. That means a completely security they are providing with the help of this encapsulation concept. The example will be capsules. Then how the medical capsules we are using, tablets and capsules we already seen. The capsules, how it will be working? So capsule, it is the outside cover. When you open the outside cover, inside that the medicines will be there. So this medicine means that is a composition of different medicine compositions will be there. The particles it will be combined together and keep inside the cover. That should be closed. So this outer covering is known as a encapsulation. Inside that our data, our variables, our functions, what are the things we are using in the object-oriented programming. So everything should be inside the cover. This outer covering is known as a encapsulation. There are two type of encapsulation methodology will be there. The first one is a modularity concept. Second one is a information hiding concept. Modularity concept means the big program. If it is a big program, that should be divided by sub-program. Sub-programs further divided into again subdivisions. It will be continued on and so on, isn't it? The example will be our school annual day function. So that already I explained the second or third class it seems. Okay. So how the annual day will be conducting the mechanism, that arrangements, that should be, we can consider as an example for modularity. Information hiding means hiding the internal details. That means they never show the internal part or internal execution of data. They are only getting, or user only getting the output window. Isn't it? While accessing only, that means when we are going inside the ATM machine, we are entering the PIN number. The PIN number is correct, the amount will be getting. How the amount will be calculating, how they are connecting to the internet, so which bank it is connecting, so which ATM they are using, whether the PIN number will be correct or not. This all the informations will be executing or processing internally. That they never shows to the customer. Isn't it? So this concept is known as a information hiding. So this is the last principle of object oriented programming. So encapsulation. So again we can go for the revision. So in the object oriented programming language there are four principles will be there: abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. So abstraction means hiding the data hiding. Inheritance means it's showing the relationship between different objects, that is inheritance. Polymorphism means one particular object will be showing different behavior and different characters at a different time. So that is called as polymorphism. Encapsulation means wrapping the data or content together for accessing the to save from the accessing from the outside users or misuse of unauthorized users. So these are the four principles of object oriented programming language. So I hope you can understand. Any doubts will be there, you can contact me, or you can give the message, or you can drop the message to WhatsApp group. Thank you.